Starting seedlings indoors can be pretty easy. But you have to make sure you start them at the right time, so that you don't end up with a lot of plants and you can't keep them alive. Now this is a tray of cabbage. And I have some healthy plants here, as you can see. However, I have way too much in one pot. And so it's about time for me to take them outside. But I haven't quite finished hardening them off yet. So I don't want to just throw it outside and then I lose the seedlings. So, and I don't want to thin it out too much, but I do want healthy plants. So what I'm doing, I'm going to basically try to keep the strongest plants. I'm going to clip some of them because I don't need all of this. It's kind of hard to just get rid of plants just like that. But I want the energy in this little pot right here to just go to these two single plants. That is very strong. And I'm going to do the same thing for this entire pot here. Now it's safe to say that whenever you're thinning out the plants in here, don't just yank it out. It's better to clip them so that you're not disturbing the root of the rest of the seedlings. Now I did start the seedlings in here. So the root system is doing pretty good. And like I said, it's almost time for me to take them out, but I gotta harden them off just a little bit more. And some of the seedlings, I am gonna give it to friends of mine. So I'm not gonna just I'm not gonna just clip and throw them away because I don't have use for them, because this is seeds. This is a lot of seeds that I put in here. And the seeds, some of the seeds were very old and I wanted to make sure that they germinate. And that's one of the reasons why I ended up with so many little plants. And that's okay. For me, that's okay. Now this here, the root in this pot is very strong. And that's what I like. Now I have 4 plants in here and it's 4 very healthy plants. So all I'm gonna do is take off some of the leaves that looks dead. I'm just pulling those off so that this continues to thrive in this pot. And like I said, I can plant some and I can give away some. Now once I'm finished thinning this out, I'm gonna put it outside so it can get a little bit of that good sunlight. Y'all, I plant so much seedlings for cabbage because I love cabbage so much. And I plan to take an entire raised bed and just put cabbage. But because I get so much cabbage worms, I'm trying to see if maybe I could plant cabbage in between other items, other things that I love, other things that will keep away the cabbage flies, so that I don't have to keep worrying about, you know, the cabbage flies eating stuff up, you know. lot of amazing seedlings. Their roots are very strong because I can feel it. The plants are very strong in this pot. Doesn't that look so much better? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna water these and then put it outside. See, that's all the cabbages that I cut. Now I have that one. This is parsley. Grow very nice. I started cutting from this, y'all, because it is so beautiful. Beautiful seedlings. But I'm going to make sure I water them very well and then put them outside because I don't want the heat to do anything to that. So that's cabbage, and this one is collard. So the collard has been doing really, really good because I did thin this out a little while ago. And as you can see, in each pot got about 2 or 3 plants. And that's good. I can split the roots when I decide to plant them outside. But I don't want to thin this out too much because this is all the collard. And I love, love, love collard. So, guys, if you hear in my voice, I have a cold. So, there's a lot of collard here. And all I'm going to do is like literally single this out when I'm planting them. Look at this. Let me show you the root ball. See, it was coming through here. Look at this. Look at that. It's root bound in here. So this is ready to come out of this pot. Okay. So all I'm going to do, this is begging to come out of here. What I'm going to do is water them and keep hardening them off for just a couple more days. And then I'm going to put them outside. The reason, of course, like I mentioned, I haven't put them outside is because I haven't hardened them off. And I don't want to just like throw them to the wolves. You know what I mean? This here is, let's see what's in here. This is mustard greens. And you can see, I put a lot of it in the pot. And this is just lush. And the root system in this one is wet. So I don't want to disturb it. The root for this is very strong as well. But it's you see how it's just short and compact. And that's because there's too much going on in here. And so this if I didn't thin anything else out, I needed to thin this out. And because it's almost time for me to put them outside, I'm like, you know, I'm not going to go through the whole ordeal of thinning this out because I'm almost ready to put this outside. This has been going outside for the past couple of days, but it's been maybe like 3 or 4 days since I put them out, which some may consider enough time, but I want to say I want to do it for about maybe like a week or 2 more, not 2 weeks, but I mean combined with the time I've been working with before, I want to do like another week or another 4 days or so before I decide to put this outside. So I think we could hang in there a little bit more with this before I try to put them outside. But I'm going to wet this and put it outside so I can clear the counter, and then we're going to work with a few more things. So I literally just realized that you guys were not seeing anything that I was doing, or not much of what I was doing. But once again, I am just clipping the tomatoes, the stronger plants, right here. So this one have 2 strong plants, but it have 3 strong plants, but I want to clip the one that is not so great and then replant. Okay. I think I'm definitely gonna put some fertilizer on these. I love that the root system was this strong, so that, because you know, if the root is not that strong, you lose the little seedling that you transplant. You can lose it in a wink of an eye. So I'm trying very hard. So each seedlings, I have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 plants from each. And that's okay. I wish I had more. I wish I could have kept some more. I could have split it and tried to keep some more. But it's okay. Now, the survival chance of all these seedlings, I don't know. But at least I know once I'm done and ready to take them outside, I am going to have something to take outside. Okay? So these I can put in a tray, water them. I'm going to do a little bit of fertilizer just to help them. And I'm going to put them inside because it's warm outside. And, oops, see, they were sitting in water, which means I probably watered this a bit too soon. But I'm glad there's some water here, because now I could put these little trays in this water or something like that. Anyway, all right. So now we got the peppers. But I got to find a way to mark this off so that, ooh, brother. I got to find a way to mark it off so I don't forget what they are. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now I got them marked. This is aroma, and I marked it at the bottom with the same tag. And then this one is our butter bay. So what I'm going to do is take this outside, give it a nice soak with some fertilizer, and then I'll continue. Now I have the Habanero, Cayenne, and Wonder Bell. So I definitely want to transfer the Habanero. So we're going to start with these seedlings. I don't know how strong this one is. Let's see, because I don't want to mess it up. It's very wet. And the seedlings is not that strong. I can see that now. But I still want to transplant them and give them more room. I'm going to hope that these seedlings, I'm going to really pray that these seedlings do what they need to do, because I love my hot spicy peppers and I need this to be really strong for me. And you know, instead of taking these outside because I just transplant them, what I'm gonna do is put them back under the light, because I don't want to take them outside. And this one was a little stronger, look at that, which was beautiful. Yeah, I don't want to take them outside into that sunlight, and although they love the heat, I don't want to mess with the seedling. So this was actually 2 plants. I didn't even realize that. But I'm not even going to try to separate it. I'm just going to give it more room to grow. I'm going to make sure this is This is actually one bell. This is for Habanero. This one, and maybe because it's wet, it's coming out like this. Now this is what, 2 plants as well, and I can separate these two, but although I'm separating them, I'm gonna put them in the same pot. Y'all, this is the part, hardening off and transplanting. This is the tricky part, because you can lose your seedlings just like that when you disturb the root ball, you know. And hardening off is quite a pain. Hardening off can be a pain, because you got to keep lifting and carrying out and bringing it back in, and oh, it's a pain. That's why a lot of people start their seedlings in the ground outside when it's that time, but it takes a long time for you to get a harvest. When you start it in the ground outside, it takes longer. At least for me, I think it takes longer. So that's my habanero. Actually, I thought that was it, but I still have one more right here. One more. That's why I'm trying to double them up in the pots, because look at that. Separate that. I just really need the hot pepper to do really, really good, because we use hot pepper for a lot of stuff. I mean, for the Caribbean spices, hot pepper is one of our go-tos. Hot pepper goes in almost everything. Almost everything. I have one more here. Yes, that one was pretty strong standing. There we go. Beautiful seedling. Now we have all the sets. This is 2 more sets. So it's 2 sections to each sets. And I don't know if I have enough pots, but I'm going to see whatever I have to transplant. Whatever I don't have or can transplant at this time, what I'm going to do is just thin it out a little bit so that the seedling will put energy into one plant. That's if I can transplant it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. All right. Got some more pots right here. I'm going to do one of each sets, just so I'm just trying to stretch it out. And maybe, but who knows, by the time I'm ready to take stuff outside, maybe some of these things I can plant. I can put them in the ground. So my cayenne peppers, as you can see, have really strong root balls. So I decided that I'm gonna try to save as much as I can save. So the wind got a little bit heavy out here, and I came out. I had to left what I'm doing and come out to put some of these guys in the corner so the wind doesn't hit it that hard. But I'm still gonna leave it out for maybe another hour or so, and then I'm gonna take them back inside. But these seedlings are doing good. However, my dilemma, I'm gonna show you. Now these seedlings, since I'm hardening them off, I don't have to put them back under the light. I can just put them in a spot that is bright and not dark. But I'm gonna show you my dilemma because I just separate the peppers. So let's go in there and I'm gonna show you that. But this is doing great. I just didn't want the wind to hit it that hard. All right. Now this is the seedlings that I just transplanted. So these are the peppers. I haven't watered these yet because I want to put a little bit of fertilizer in the water. So I kind of left it alone for right now. I run out of these little containers here. So I had to go and find some cups that I can continue to do, you know, like to split them. So they'll have enough space instead of leaving them in the tray because these plants are so healthy, y'all. Look, so these are jalapenos, and I had to leave these in here because I don't have more trays. And this is kale. Now, what in the world possessed me to put kale with peppers? I just don't know, but I ended up with kale and peppers. So when I take this outside, maybe in the next week or something like that, I may just plant some of these and see how it deals with the weather. You know, but because I don't want to take out some from the tray and then have to bring back in some. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see when that time comes. But yep. So, and this is what I use right here. So as you can see, it's not much space. So I had to like angle the trays so everything will get enough light. And so I can fit all these trays up here. So I did that, and I did the bottom here, as you can see, and I gotta water these in too. So I got one more shelf, which I'm gonna put some of the stuff from outside. And like I said, I don't have to put them all under light. Now these that I just transplanted, I want to keep them under the light and keep them watering and everything. But the ones that I'm hardening off, that's the ones I don't necessarily have to put back under the light. So since I have this space here, I'm going to put some here, and then I'm going to have to put some on top here, which does not have light, but it's getting the interior light that is coming from the window. It's going to get that kind of light. So I'm okay with that. Okay. So this is it, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope to see you all in my next one. Bye.